What tapatio?
Tapatio.
I don't do hot sauce.
It's like really orange and I'm scared. Do I trust you to
Like, do you think it's gonna be too hot?
Ow.
Or just taste bad?
The glasses, the gold earrings.
I'm really liking this double thing.
Cute.
Yeah. Thank you, Gina.
I do think that it adds to the anxiety to an extent because
Yeah.
there is something like neurologically going on
And like
when-
physical happening to your body. Like
Right.
your heartbeat does like quicken or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So I do think it but I do think there is like that baseline anxiety, and then it comes to like the, and then it comes to the adding of that to where it's either like, and I think it depends on the person of like how they can like handle,
Yeah.
you know, how
Yeah.
those two interact.
Because, like, I don't think about me, I don't relate it to the anxiety that I have on the daily. For me, it's like, I'm having anxiety because I did this. I
Yes.
did this to myself. And
That's
now,
what I do. I do that now too. And like, it's bad. I'm like, why did I even do this?
Why are you staring at the wall?
Is that a summary? That's kind of bad time.
Recently, I've been very grateful for the moments where I feel connected to the people that I love. This life can feel very monotonous, and oftentimes my brain just focuses on just getting by. So it's nice to experience these feelings that bring me out of that headspace every once in a while.
What do we have in here?
Oh. No.
Try it again. Wow, should look at that.
Whoa, that's yum.
That one, it's like a coffee espresso or something.
Well,
Got a mushroom thingy.
delicious.
Yeah, that's yum. That's a yum.
Stab. I want to crush their
That's pretty solid. That is pretty solid.
It's good.
Good morning,
Good morning.
people. Earlier we did go to 85 Degree Bakery to get breakfast with Sid, who stayed the night. But so we're doing our errands now. That's our groceries.
Today's Sunday. We got work tomorrow, so we gotta get all our adult shit in order. Going to
Lucky.
fabric store,
Oh yeah.
grocery store, possibly Target. Where else are we going?
Lion to get mangoes and eggplants.
Yes.
So that'll be us for the morning. I never bought
I think we want those ones.
these ones.
No, not those ones.
These ones?
No. These ones.
That our son is stuck somewhere. OMG. He locked himself in. It's like hard to push. This boy.
What did we get?
Rambutan.
What is it?
It's like a fruit in the Philippines. Looks spiky, but it's like a grape inside.
They look like little sea creatures. Oh.
See, I was telling Kayla, you just really want to just pierce into them, so I found a spot where I pierced into it. And just like peel it. So it shows that. Ooh.
It is like a naked grape.
Mm-hmm. You just eat around the seed. Mmm, so good. Damn, why did I only bring 4? Like it wasn't gonna work out. We have a whole ass. No, you saw the bag.
You can have this one too.
Okay, thank you. Rambutan.
We're just chilling outside on this little patio furniture that we have. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of laptop phone work.
Mm-hmm. But it's such a beautiful day outside, so that's
It
why
is
we
very
wanted to
nice.
sit here. It's got
And we haven't utilized this space very well. I really want to come out and sit in the morning when it's like still kind of like cold and breezy. It's got a nice smell to it.
Sorry. Feel like I can't breathe. Like, and I said like sometimes physically, I just feel like I can't breathe. Like, I'd say spiritually, I just feel this presence. I want to get better and like do things that help me grow. I feel like everything that I'm doing is just not changing anything.
I think it might be like kind of a mindset thing too, because I think it's kind of like the energy you put out is the energy you're gonna get back. So I don't think it is pointless, you know? I think everything you do matters, you know?
I know, it's just like maybe I'm just wanting it to
Maybe you just
happen,
need to,
you know.
yeah,
like,
well, we all like immediate gratification from social media and fast food and all this stuff that gives us like highs right away.
you know how they say like to change, like stop doing something as well as start doing another thing. I just did the stop this week. Why don't I feel better? I was like, why don't I feel closer to myself already? You know, like I'm already stopping all the noise. So why isn't it better? And I think that's where I'm starting to be like discouraged of like nothing's gonna help. I'm never gonna find out what's going on.
You have to like, there has to be an action.
Yeah.
You have to like actually do something, like, because you can be aware of it, but if you're not like actively trying to like adjust, or then
You
it's
know
gonna
what?
stay the same. But
I'm
then
not-
you're aware of it, so it's almost worse because you're aware of it and you're like, you feel like you can't get away from it.
Exactly. What if I don't slow down? Like what if I just
You're
stop
just
doing
putting
one thing?
something in place of like watching TV. or-
Exactly.
I think that kind of is what it is, though.
Mm.
You're just replacing it with a different experience.
How do I still work on really going internal while trying to do, a different external
I think
thing?
because it's always internal. Like, you always need to be looking in, like trying to figure out like what you're feeling in different situations and like what that means.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because if you try something else and you're like, this made me feel anxious, or this made me feel good, like you kind of have an idea of what's gonna bring you good and what's gonna bring you like struggle.
Well, doing yoga or a meditation rather than start going out with a friend. Like maybe a small step. Like
I think it's like the constant checking in though, because if you're just doing like things mindlessly,
it's just gonna be the same mindless thing, like as if we were watching TV.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like being
Being
aware
aware,
of
yeah.
like your own thoughts and feelings and shit, like all the time, in order to like make the outside, the external experience what you want it to be.
Yeah.
Because if you just don't know, like, if you just do stuff and you don't know what makes you happy or like what feels better,
Yeah, are you
then it's
really
like you're
better
just,
off?
then you're just doing random shit with no purpose.
I'm afraid. What if I could do a lot of things. I could try different things. But like, will it really make me grow internally in that? I'm 24 and I feel like I've done a lot of different things. Have I grown? I don't know. You know?
I'm sure you've grown from like what you were years ago,
Yeah.
but I don't think there's a point in our lives where we stop growing. I think it's always constant work. I think that's what I'm realizing is like, it's not like, oh, you just have to fix this thing and then life is going to be what you want it to be. Then you're going to be happy if you have this thing. They got money or they're a famous YouTuber or what, and they're still fucking depressed. Or of like changing your views on like the present and like how your mindset and shit, so you can enjoy life. It's not like trying to fix things. And I was seeing shit on TikTok and it was like, well, if I solve my problems, then like I won't have to worry about my feelings.
I feel like I'm more black and white like that.
That's not true. That's not true though, you
I
know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, then you're just not even understanding your feelings or like what situations bring up what feelings for you. Or
It's kind of like in high school when like people from your high school know you as whatever you presented as, and then like years later they shouldn't expect you to
you
be
show
that
up with
same
a buzzed
person.
head and you're queer and they're like, who are you?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're on our way to Phil's again because we love Phil's.
Yeah, we love Philip, so we visit every weekend.
We're gonna go do some work on our laptops, get our shit together, drink some coffee, eat some burritos.
Before the sun starts torching us.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a high of like 94 degrees today.
I'm debating on taking some shrooms, but I got higher dosage ones, so we'll see.
But then last week, when I took a full square, I did smoke as well. But I was feeling funky.
Plus it was hot.
Yeah,
That's a lot of...
it was a lot.
You probably
on
had
me.
some dehydration. All we do is go to Phil's. That's all we do. I'm not mad about it.
Just editing.
Oh, she did. Oh, wow. Look at her go. Hi.
Hi.
We're on our way to Sydney and RJ's apartment. We're gonna go hang out in their pool, use them for their pool. Love that for us. We went to Phil's today. We just been talking a lot, slowly getting stuff done.
We had more of a plan today, but a loose plan. And then like, I don't know, we were just like, it's so fucking hot, and then we said, is this pool open? So all of our plans are kind of like being pushed off just so that we can get to this
I think
pool.
that's okay though. Low key, I wouldn't mind taking Saturdays to do like literally whatever the fuck we want to do, and then having Sundays be like the at-home work,
Yeah.
the work away from work. Because I feel like every weekend there's like, you gotta do laundry, you gotta grocery shop, you gotta do all the shit you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Let's just push that all to one day and like actually have a day where we can enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when we don't do that and it's like, okay, let's grocery shop on Saturday and do some stuff on Sunday.
Yeah.
It just spreads out the work and it makes it feels like you're constantly doing work.
That's
And there's
true.
never any days to just shut your brain off and do what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback you on that. It's like, why would you choose Saturday to do it? Because you just got through a whole week of work, like that you like to-dos.
Yeah, like where's the break?
Yeah, so probably best to just leave it to Sunday.
I think we've had good conversations today to talk about harder stuff when you're not feeling some type of way about it.
Yeah.
You know, like we're pretty neutral today. You know, we got our shrooms in us.
Actually,
We're just chilling. It's
Yeah.
nice to talk about it when when there's not emotions already behind it, you know? Like, it's nice to just shed a few little tears and then go back to being like, fine.
We've kind of been carrying on the same conversation all week.
I just think beginning this week, it wasn't necessarily in like a spot that was like going in a good direction.
That's what I mean, like, it's been really helpful to like just keep bringing it up during the week. Just a thought, like, just to chew on.
I feel like our feelings shouldn't be personal. You
I
know,
mean,
it's just like, it's just a statement, and it's not anything against the other person, but it's just bringing it to somebody else's attention so you don't have to like think those things by yourself.
Yeah. It's just like in the heat of the moment, like, feelings are hurt and stuff, but like, if you think for like, well, how are we're gonna continue like day in and day out, and then that's when it becomes less personal, because you do gotta kind of operate.
It's been good, I think.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good today.
Yeah, I take it way too personally when Kaylee is trying to do something and like not needing me. Like, we were like straight up talking on the couch, and then she like, I knew the moment where she just turned to her computer and started doing the emails, and I was kind of offended, but I was like, why am I offended? Like, I could clean the kitchen, and then I did, and it made me feel better.
Yeah, I think feeling less attached to just like how somebody else feels, like just taking it as like, because everybody has their own experience, and the way that like people have different triggers or like different past trauma that influence the way that they react now. So it's like, I have a hard time like saying how I feel, because I don't, like, when your ego is hurt and then the conversation becomes about like making you feel better about how I feel, then it like it takes away from it, and it's like, I would just rather avoid that altogether sometimes, you know. So it's nice to just be able to like talk and just state my feelings without like having to worry about somebody feeling some type of way about how I'm feeling. You know? Everybody has their own shit that they're working on, and like, if somebody telling you something, like, you take that as like, oh, I'm doing something wrong, like they're telling me I'm doing something wrong, that's your own past shit that has informed that.
Yeah.
You know? So it's hard when it's like your past shit is like influencing you in a way that like triggers my past shit, and then it's like, then no conversation happens, you know?
It's something that we're working on, for sure, because like, that sounds exactly like the way that our conversations go, and then it leads into,
but it's easy to feel stuck in like the type of conversation that we have because of our past shit, but it's also nice to be able to identify what that is, so when it comes up we can be like, hey, I'm not trying to like shit on you or tell you you're doing something wrong, I'm just trying to tell you how I'm feeling. Yeah. For you to be like, oh yeah, that's just how you're feeling, like, let's talk about it, because it's probably deeper than just like, oh, I'm doing something wrong, you know?
Oh,
it's
yeah. Like, it's just hard because like, if it's an automatic for me, like, I'll react in a way that is probably not the best for the situation, you know?
I think I have like that too, though.
Yeah.
It's like, there's different things that trigger me too that isn't necessarily helpful for your shit that you're trying to work on and work through. It's just hard when it doesn't like line up, but I also think that it doesn't necessarily need to. Like, sometimes we just need space to like sit with our own shit.
I was gonna say,
then come back together and be like, okay, so I figured out that like this like makes me feel this type of way, so if you could just like, we can do this instead. Or I feel like this might be a bad thing that I do, like relying on somebody else to like be the thing that's gonna like make me happy, when it's like, okay, realistically it's me that needs to do that. And I can like tell somebody how like what makes me feel loved and like all this stuff, but it's really up to me to like create the environment that is best for me, because only I know that.
Yeah. Sit in our own stuff for a second, because I just feel like when we don't and we just keep hashing it out personally, it just feels like we continue this blame of like, I'm feeling this way because you do this, and then like it goes back and forth. Well, I'm feeling this way because you do that. Like if we just
And it's relying too heavily on the other person to like it's their fault that you're feeling like that, but it's like realistically like, okay, it's this past shit or this trauma or this whatever that's making you feel like that. And what you really want is just somebody to like understand you. I don't know, I feel like all we want is just people to understand us and people to connect with. Or even if like we're about to argue and we just need to write shit down. I don't know.
Yeah, let's argue through exchanging
Notes.
feedback.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to our therapy session.
We'll see you at the pool.
It's so easy, bro.
It's not easy to float.
It's so easy.
It's floating. Barely. You want to, hey Sid, you want to play mermaids? Colin.
It's Colin. I love Colin.
I don't need you. Got my chip.
Wow.
I know this is done till I say it's done.
I did not know what was happening.
Hello.
Hi.
We're going to the store and the farmer's market. We're just doing all our adult shit today. It's Sunday. We did our fun stuff yesterday, so we gotta get it together.
Together.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
A goddess. I've never seen one of those before.
More recently, I've been trying to retrain my brain and do more breath work and meditation so I'm able to address my feelings without bringing the judgment that I've previously brought to it. I think it's less about ignoring the bad feelings that come up and more about being less attached to the good or bad feelings and being able to reframe it in a way that helps me understand my feelings better. I've been trying to not get so caught up in the stress of feeling that there's all these things I need to get done, and more so focusing on the practices that are going to make my reality now more enjoyable for myself.
What did you make, my love?
I made butchie with ube filling. Oh my gosh.
Is it delicious?
It's yummy. This is the best I made yet.
Don't